If I win the lottery, I would definitely buy a lot of land within the city and build a theatre stage for us artists to perform. If I'm talking to an engineer, I would introduce myself as a master's in structural engineering, and I would say, yes, I'm an engineer and I know something about engineering. But if I'm talking to another director or another actor, or if I'm going for an audition, I'd say, yes, I'm an engineer by nature. I'm an engineer by job. That's what I do in the day. And but I primarily live for the stage. I like to work with theatre as much as I can, go for as many auditions, and be on stage as long as I can. Yeah, how did I get into engineering? That's a really good question. It seemed the logical step with all my friends wanting to be engineers, and so I said, why don't we try engineering? I had no idea what it was. Probably I thought, we're going to be building things or building robots and cars and buildings, whatever. So I started off with engineering, then specialized in civil engineering, and went on to do a master's without really knowing why I wanted to do it.
Guess who's back? Is that the newspaper? Is that the Vice edition? Let me look at it. Let me look at it. Let me look at it, please. Oh, she's serving it. Greetings, salutations.
Theatre for me is like an outlet for my creative expressions. So I definitely try to partition my life where I'm working most of the day, and then evenings is rehearsal. And most people ask me, do you not have a social life? Do you not hang out with your friends? And do you not miss it? I said, it's not that I miss it. This is what I want to do in the evening. I want to rehearse. So, that's impossible! Made it in Stanton. People always are in awe of an engineer. Then they're like, oh, wow, they must have a lot of math in it. But when I tell them, I also do theatre on the side and the arts, and they're like, ooh, nice. That's great that you're able to pursue both. Very often I feel torn apart at work. I'm not completely focusing at work, neither am I focusing completely when I'm on rehearsals. And I think a lot of us amateur theatre artists face that, because at work we're thinking, oh wow, we're gonna rehearse this evening, or we're gonna think about this script, or we're gonna work on these concepts this evening. But when we come to the evening, we're like, oh crap, I've got so much to do tomorrow, and we're lost in that.
Miss French knew that you were a married man.
Oh yes.
She never suggested that you bring your wife and see her?
No, she didn't. She seemed to take it for granted that my wife and I didn't get on.
Oh. Did you deliberately give her that impression?
No, I didn't. Indeed, I didn't.
I've done a lot of math on this, and we spend probably about 20-30 years of our life doing things we don't want to do. I speak to a many number of people, and I always tell them that whatever you do, always pursue the arts. I think that's something a lot of us are missing in this generation. Is we're too focused on just our work. I think we need to focus a little bit more on our creative side. My mom always says you're never too old to start anything in your life. You could be 60 and you could still say, you know what, I want to be a doctor, and it's still possible. And there are people who still do it. So never sell yourself short and dream big, and you're never too old to start anything in life.
Cookies! Just given a motive, the police can put you in the electric chair. Ask motive that counts. Anybody can come in a public murder if they have no reason for committing.
From a recent workshop that I had attended, I learned a very key thing in stage performances, where emotion and breath are very synonymous. More than emotion, it's thought. Thought and emotion go together, so thought and breath are very together. Okay. You set me up, didn't you? You set me up, you played me all the time, You set me up, you son of a bitch! But I think it's important to be alive within you. Just be conscious of what you're doing all the time. Just don't go with the flow, just don't keep saying lines. Be alive and understand what you're doing.
I'm Mati. I work as a design researcher. We went to the same high school together, and I called Vivek, and one of the things I wanted to do was for people like us who are all engineers and had a lot of time in our hands, and we felt we could contribute a lot. Also because of our daytime jobs, we thought we could get a collaborative of sorts together. And that's when the idea of coming up with the entertainment collaborative started. So we thought of it, and we randomly called it Stray Factory, and probably because we're straying away from our original professions or something, but that's how it started. So Vivek is very picky about the kind of stuff that he wants to do, and he knows it very accurately. So I still remember when I asked him to direct, he was very unsure. So then I just had to pull a favor. So what I did was immediately made a poster, put his name on it, and just put it up all over the place. So he couldn't back out after that. But that is because I know that he's very, like he knows what he wants to do. He's very astute that way.
Stray Factory is an entertainment collaborative where we try and perform on stage, perform pretty much anywhere. So it's not restricted to only theatre. Our first production with Stray Factory was Hitchcock. It was great to see 500 people sitting in every show, people sitting in the aisles, and then once the show was done, they all stood up and clapped, and that was a great feeling. If we can change maybe 50 people in the audience saying, you know what, I want to pursue the theatre arts too, that's our job done. I was thinking what you said to me the other night about my painting. I stayed up half the night thinking about it, and then it occurred to me. Oh, I had the most peaceful sleep after that, and I haven't thought about you since. Do you know what occurred to me? You're just a boy.
You must remember this, a kiss is just a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply.
My dream production would be Casablanca. I think that's the first time I saw that movie. I said, this has to be done on stage. And it is a stage play, so I said, I will do this someday, and hopefully I will play Humphrey Bogart in that. Let's see, let's wait and see.
No matter what the future brings as time goes by.
Sam, I thought I told you never to play.